Hey guys, coming to you today from the Palatine Hill. There's lots of news about Colosseum ticketing, so it's time for an updated video. In this video, I'm going to share with you the new official site for getting your Colosseum tickets, and I'm going to show you how to navigate it. But that's not all. There is more news. There's a new entrance to the Roman Forum, and there's a new ticket you can purchase, and I think it might just be a game changer. So keep watching so you'll be in the know and you'll experience the least amount of stress when getting your Colosseum tickets in Rome. For those of you who are new here, I will be briefly describing the different kinds of tickets you can purchase on the Colosseum website. So if you don't need that part, you can use the chapters in the description below to skip ahead to the parts that interest you. But be careful not to miss the part where I go over the new ticket you can purchase here at the Colosseum. Let's dive right into the new ticketing system. For over 20 years, the official site for purchasing Colosseum tickets has been Co-op Culture. As of May 1st, 2024, Co-op Culture no longer has this concession. And the great news is that there's not a new ticketing agency taking over from Co-op Culture. Rather, the Parco Colosseo is using a new ticketing system which allows them to sell tickets directly on their website, which makes total sense. So I'm going to put this in the description below, but just visit ticketing.colosseo.it and you can purchase your tickets for the Colosseum directly on the Colosseum website. You'll notice that the website asks you to confirm that you're a human and not a bot. Then, if the site is getting too much traffic, it'll let you know that you have to wait, and it'll give you an estimated wait time. These wait times are never too long, and many people have said that they've gotten in before the estimated wait time, so just be patient. Once you're in, the site is easy to navigate. If you're planning on buying Colosseum tickets, I suggest you create a login and password for yourself. This will just make it easier when you're checking out, so you don't have to do it then. Let me start by saying that at the time I'm filming this video, the website is really new. It just launched on May 1st, and I'm filming right now in mid-May. So you may find that as time goes on, this site will be expanding, adapting, changing. For example, you may find that right now there aren't any night tours available on this website. I've spoken with someone from the Parco Colosseo, and they've assured me that night tours are coming, but they just haven't announced a start date yet. But if you have any problems with the website or any questions, they are very available to help. So if you go onto Facebook, they answer questions all the time on Facebook. I believe they are very active on other social channels as well. If you're not already a member of the RomeWise Facebook group, you may want to come over and join because the Parco Colosseo is one of our members. And inevitably, when people have questions about the Colosseum looking for help from other members, it's very often the Parco Colosseo who answers them. So for the new site, just keep checking back if you're looking for features you don't see, or you can also get in touch with them and they should answer you pretty quickly. Once you're on the website, there are two main areas that will probably be of interest to you: guided tours and tickets for individuals. So let's start with the guided tours option. At the moment, you'll see three options for guided tours: standard tours of the Colosseum, tours of the Colosseum underground, and tours of the Domus Aurea. The Domus Aurea is part of the Parco Colosseo, but it is not part of the same ticket as the Colosseum and the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill. It's its own visit. I've done a video for you, so you can check that out if you want to see what it's like to visit the Domus Aurea, which I highly recommend. In the case of the Domus Aurea, you will have somebody with you during the entire length of your visit there. In the case of the underground of the Colosseum, your guided tour is only going to be for the underground portion. After that, the guide will take you to the arena floor, and then you'll be free to explore the arena floor and the other layers of the Colosseum at your leisure. And once you're in the main part of the Colosseum, you can stay as long as you like. The section to book guided tours of the Colosseum is pretty much what it sounds like. When you book a guided tour of the Colosseum through the Colosseum website, you're going to get a tour of just the monument itself. This is one of the least expensive ways you can tour the Colosseum without using a free audio guide. This tour includes a visit to the first and second tiers of the monument. The tour lasts about an hour and does not include a tour of the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill. If you want a tour of the Roman Forum Palatine Hill, you'll need to book this through an outside tour company. One question I get a lot is it okay to book the tour of the underground in the Italian language if you don't speak Italian? Visiting the underground of the Colosseum seems to have become something of a holy grail, so people will do just about anything to be able to visit that section of the Colosseum. Sometimes this means booking a guided tour when you don't really want a guided tour, and sometimes it means booking a guided tour in Italian even if you don't speak Italian. If you decide to book the tour in Italian and you don't understand, you could either read up on the site before you visit, or you also could use headphones to listen to the Colosseum's free audio guides, making sure that it doesn't interfere with the actual human guide speaking. Once the underground portion of your tour is finished, you'll be free to explore the rest of the Colosseum and then the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill on your own and at your own pace. Now let's move on to the individual ticket portion of the website, which is, I think, where most people want to book their tickets. And here is where we have some news. The first option is for regular Colosseum tickets. This ticket allows you to see the main levels of the Colosseum and also gives you access to the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill. The Roman Forum and Palatine Hill is considered one park, and you should know that for any kind of ticket you get to visit the Roman Forum and the Palatine Hill, it's one entry and there is no re-entry on the same ticket. The way the Colosseum ticket works is that first you need to book a date and time for your Colosseum entry. And the Colosseum entry is the one you need to be punctual for. Then you can visit the Roman Forum, Palatine Hill within 24 hours of that entry time on either side of it. So for example, if your entry to the Colosseum is at 2 p.m., you can visit the Roman Forum, Palatine Hill anytime from 2 p.m. the prior day up until 2 p.m. the following day. But again, remember, you can only go in once with this ticket. This standard entry ticket does not include access to the super sites on the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill. If you're not sure what the super sites are, they are extra sites you can visit on the Roman Forum, Palatine Hill if you have extra time and interest. I've done a video for you about these sites, so you can check that out if you want to know more about them. And if you've purchased a standard entry Colosseum ticket, for €4 extra, you can upgrade your Roman Forum Palatine Hill portion and visit the super sites. There's actually an option for this right on this website. Something you'll notice about the regular Colosseum tickets, they are really available. Even right now in May, peak season, Rome is packed. You can go on the Colosseum website and you can see tickets for just about every day and time from here through the next 30 days. So for those of you who are worried about getting Colosseum tickets, I would suggest that you consider getting just a standard entry Colosseum ticket because you really will see a lot. Obviously, you'll see the main two levels of the Colosseum. You'll also see the inner rings. You'll also see the little museum they have inside of the Colosseum and any current exhibit there. From the first and especially second level of the Colosseum, you can get a really good look at the arena floor and down into the underground. I think for a lot of people, this could be enough. You will have seen most of the Colosseum with this standard ticket. Do you have to book this ticket online? No, you do not. You can actually come down to the Parco Colosseo and buy a ticket on site. There are 3 ticket booths here at the Colosseum where you can purchase tickets. There are some downsides to buying tickets in person. First of all, you'll probably have to contend with pretty long lines, and this is year-round. Second of all, you will be limited as to what time you can enter the Colosseum. You might get up to the ticket booth at 10 o'clock and be told that you can purchase an entry ticket for 3 p.m. And third, you might discover that they've run out of entry tickets for that day. The next kinds of tickets you can purchase are the full experience tickets. What is a full experience ticket? Basically, it's a ticket to the Colosseum, Roman Forum, and Palatine Hill that gives you a bit more than the standard ticket. All full experience tickets come with access to the super sites on the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill. At the time I'm making this video for you, there are 3 types of full experience tickets. The first is for the attico, or attic. I think this is an amazing visit. It gives you access to this glass elevator that takes you up to the attic between the 2nd and 3rd tiers of the Colosseum. From there, you can climb up to the 3rd tier and eventually to the 4th and 5th tiers if you feel up to it. You really could not ask for more amazing views of the Colosseum. The next full experience ticket that you can purchase is to visit the arena floor. With this ticket, it's pretty much what it sounds like. You get to walk out onto the arena floor. This is a really cool visit because from here you can look right down into the Colosseum underground and get a great sense of what the underground was like from up close. The next type of full experience ticket is for the underground of the Colosseum. With this ticket, you get to visit the underground or hypogeum of the Colosseum. This is where animals and people were kept before being brought up to the arena floor. When the Colosseum was in use, the underground was completely covered and it was dark. Today, almost all of the underground is visible from the main levels of the Colosseum and from the arena floor itself. There is a small portion of the underground which is not visible from the upper floors or from the arena floor, and this is what makes visiting the underground so special. for a very short section, you will be underground, so you'll get a sense of what it was like in ancient Rome. You'll also get to see a replica of one of the many lifts or elevators that they use to bring people and animals up to the arena floor. But I am here to tell you that from the regular levels of the Colosseum and from the arena floor itself, as I've already mentioned, you really can see a lot of the underground from above. The reason I'm saying this is because the underground ticket to the Colosseum has become one of the most famous or infamous tickets you can get. The monument is nearly 2,000 years old, and it's delicate, and we have to respect it. As a result, they can't let too many people down into the underground at once. So you have a situation with limited supply and very high demand, and as you can imagine, this can cause some stress. I've done a separate video about why these tickets tend to get canceled, so you can check that out if you want to know more about the logistics behind that. If you purchase tickets to the underground of the Colosseum directly from the Colosseum website, they will not be canceled. You're buying them from the source. However, you can book tickets to the underground on third-party websites, and they are legitimate. These are tour companies that are just trying to sell you tours in advance. The thing is, they do not have the tickets in hand yet. So if you buy tickets more than 30 days out for the underground of the Colosseum, just know that the tour company selling you that future doesn't have your ticket yet and may not be able to get it for you. It's really just a matter of supply and demand. In any case, I urge you to consider getting the arena floor ticket as your full experience ticket, and here's why. Of the 3 tickets, the arena floor is the easiest one to come by. Like all Colosseum tickets, they are released up to 30 days in advance, so you can start checking on the website 30 days before your visit. If you keep coming back, you are very likely to get tickets to the arena floor. This is a full experience ticket, and so you do get access to the super sites on the Roman Forum Palatine Hill, but you also get to visit the arena floor, which in and of itself is a special thing to do. And also, as I said, you can really see probably 3/4 of the underground from there. This will be the topic of another video, but there is no such thing as a combo ticket that includes the attic, the arena, and the underground. It's simply not possible. However, there's a trick. If you book tickets to the attic and you come back down to the ground floor, there is a ticket office there inside the Colosseum, which, by the way, is where you get tickets for kids, and you can ask them if they have any tickets available for that day for the arena floor. Most people are telling me that they are getting this access, and there is no extra charge for it because you already have a full experience ticket. Let's move on to some of the other ticketing options available on the Colosseum website. 2 new interesting things to note on this site are tickets to the Domus Aurea and the new Arena 24-hour ticket. Why are tickets to the Domus Aurea interesting and a new thing? Well, up to now, you could only visit the Domus Aurea on a guided tour. With this ticket, you will not be on a guided tour, but you will be accompanied. You cannot just walk around the Domus Aurea on your own. It is an active excavation site, and not all areas of it may be accessible, so you do need to be with someone from the site. With this regular entry option, you will not be on a tour, and you will also not have access to the virtual reality experience. So if you want the virtual reality experience, you will need to book the tour of the Domus Aurea and not this individual ticket. Just as with the Colosseum, you could show up at the Domus Aurea ticket office and try to get tickets for the same day, but because this is a site with limited availability, I would not count on finding tickets available for same-day visits on site, and I would suggest you book these in advance. The Arena Floor 24-hour ticket is a brand new ticket, and I think it's a game changer. I actually purchased my ticket to the arena floor, even though I have a year membership card, because I wanted to see what it was like to get this ticket and use it. So first of all, what is this ticket? It's pretty much what it sounds like. You go in through the stern entrance onto the arena floor of the Colosseum, you have 20 minutes there, and then you leave the same way you came in. You just have access to the arena floor and no other parts of the Colosseum. Your ticket does allow you access to the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill within 24 hours of your Colosseum entry time. And it includes the super sites. So why is this a game changer? I think this is a great option for those of you who do not want to spend a lot of time exploring the Colosseum. Perhaps you're visiting with young kids or elderly people or anybody with walking issues who does not want to spend the time and energy roaming around the main levels of the Colosseum. This is an in and out ticket. And I think for a lot of you, it could be enough. You get to go out onto the arena floor, you get to see the whole Colosseum from the arena, you can take pictures and video to your heart's content, you can look down into the underground. It's a great ticket. On this page, you will also see tickets for the Roman Forum Palatine Hill Super Pass. This ticket does not allow you entry into the Colosseum. It just gives you entry to the Roman Forum, Palatine Hill, and all of the super sites. The great thing about this ticket is that you can buy it anytime. You can buy it today, and you can use it within 30 days from today. You can buy it on site, you can buy it on the website. It's a very easy ticket to get. As with every other ticket that allows you entry to the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill, there is no re-entry. So once you come into the park, you need to see all the things you want to see before you leave. This ticket is ideal for those of you who have already visited the Colosseum or you just don't want to go inside the Colosseum. Also, I know for some of you, it can be an option if you visited the Colosseum and the Roman Forum, but you really want more time in the Roman Forum, so you could get this ticket to have another day there. Another great new thing that the Parco Colosseo has added is their new free app. The app is available for iPhone and Android devices. But I think that the best thing about it is the section with their free audio guides of the Colosseum. These work with you while you're visiting the Colosseum, so wherever you are inside of the monument, the audio guide comes on to tell you what you're looking at. One last thing, they've added a new entrance to the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill, and I think it's very exciting, and here's why. This entrance is also a ticket office, so you can come here and purchase tickets to the Colosseum and Roman Forum. This has always functioned as an exit to the park, but it is now also an entrance. There is a caveat, there is only one line, so when you show up, if you already have a ticket the way I do, you might have to wait in line with other people waiting to purchase their tickets. So there are not two lines, one for ticket holders and one for those waiting to purchase tickets. There's just the one line. But so far this month, I've used it a few times and there's been nobody there. Guys, I think that there's going to be more new stuff for me to share with you as the year goes on. The Parco Colosseo is really doing a lot to improve the visitor experience here in this park, and I think they're doing an amazing job. So keep checking back on their website as they continue to update and add new things. Don't forget to come on over to the RomeWise Facebook group where you can ask your fellow travelers and the Parco Colosseo themselves more questions about your visit. And please don't forget that here on this channel, I will always bring you updates about the Colosseum, new things happening in Rome, Florence, Naples, and beyond. So guys, what do you think about all these new exciting changes at the Colosseum? Drop me a line in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And for lots more content about the Colosseum, check out my Colosseum playlist right here.